Good morning from the sunny Bay of Plenty. It's an absolute cracker day out here, so let's go in a shed. Now, one of the downsides of having a car that sits so long, even under a cover, is some of the things that you don't think would normally actually wear out. Case in point, interior. Now, you'd kind of expect things to fade, but I guess maybe not so because of the fact that we had a cover on it. But what actually happened, my fan override switch exploded. So I'm either going to have to rob that one over there, which is just the sprayer cut off, and pop it over there for now, or hopefully I've actually got a spare tucked away somewhere. So in behind here we actually have a washer bottle. And I don't know whether you're going to be able to see it down there. No, you can't. In there is actually two sprayers. One for one for here, and one for the front. So I can only really run water in it because it's dual purpose. It can actually do the windscreen, but it also can do down here. Now, I'm probably not going to be able to see. Oh, you can kind of see. We've got two down there that you can see. There's actually another one on either side. There, you can see one down there. They are misting sprayers. And it terminates down here on the oil cooler as well. So when things get really hot, those sprayers kick on. However, it will kick on and stay on until the temperature drops. So hence why it had the override to say, okay, well, yeah, it's hot, but I've run out of water. I'm just going to have to cool it down the old-fashioned way. Not sure how, whether I'm going to need that override now, because thank you to the lovely Ben Jenkins, I have this. I now have a rear-mounted fan, and it is ginormous. It's a nice slim model. Previously I actually had them on the front. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to need the cutoff anymore. So let's have a dig through the piles of wiring bits and bobs that I have, and see if I've actually got a spare switch there that I can just pop in. Otherwise, yeah, we'll just have to rob that one and then just pop a blank in. I've got a few other old interior bits and pieces that we can fill the hole with. Yeah, I know, there's just nothing like a beautiful sunny day like this. Place to yourself. There's not a soul for, I don't know, probably about a K. And all you've got is a car to work on and serenaded by the rooster. Maybe we could change that. Okay, so quick hunt, don't have a spare switch. However, so we're going to have to rob the other one. Then I was worried about, well, do I actually have a something to plug the hole on the other side? Didn't have any blanks. I think I used them up helping out a friend sort her surround. Now, I do have this. Like, it's an old automatic transmission, switch back and forth. Don't have the back end, but that actually might still be in the car. If the plug's still in there, I'll cut it off with a couple of pigtails, so this could actually be used for something in the future. Something a bit stealthy maybe. But that can at least fill the gap for the meantime. So, robbing Peter to pay Paul. Radio power's on. The blank is in there. And we've robbed this switch here. So we've got this one for pump, and then this one for fan, and Diffie's telling me I don't have enough voltage for that. So, cool. Sorted. And this is where we have the thermo switch. So we've got the temp sender unit for the Diffie, and this is it here. Now, it's not the greatest. As you can see, it's just one of those Trident thermo switches. Had a mate go through, and yeah, we drilled a hole in that and plugged got a boss and welded it onto there. What I really need to do is actually go through and determine if I've actually wired this up correctly, because the last time I've done this, it wasn't actually kicking on. I had to use the overrides. So that's kind of like maybe a nice to have job. Now I've got the overrides that I can just run when I'm at the track or moving it around. So that's all good. So yeah, I guess move on to the next job, I reckon. I'll figure that out in a second. All right, moment of truth. I've got the daily here, all plugged in. Let's see if this works. Right hand indicator on, and front one. Everything plugged in the back here. Yes, lovely. All right, left one's on now, and yes. Lovely. All right, and headlights are on the car. See the driving lights. We can't really see the driving lights, but driving lights are on that. That one's going, so that leads me to think that these are going. And yes, we do have a blind bulb on that side, which we will replace. And take my word for it, the brakes work as well. So I think we can tidy this up and make it look all pretty. Because at the moment, that's not nice. And we'll tidy up a few bits, ends and odds and sods around here too. Get rid of the painter stake for the information, but yeah, stoked. And we are done. This really does soothe the old OCD. Sadly, we had to use a little bit of tape here where we couldn't get the heat shrink on, but like these things came out really well. I'm so happy with this. Like, this is a million times better than what it was. So good to have this one ticked off. I'll go lay it on the A-frame over there and cable tie it up for now. I don't think we're going to have time to do P-clamps, but that's a good little side project down the road. So, jobbed. All right, front's in the air now. We're done with underneath, for the meantime anyway. Time to crack into the next job. While we're on this beautiful roll, I'm going to start on these extended studs. So, car's up in the air. I've got a jack stand just under there as more safety. This bad boy's never let me down anyway, literally. And oh, you gotta love those dad jokes. So I'm gonna whip off this wheel. I think I'm gonna take the caliper off as well, and then I'm gonna go grab a sledgehammer, knock these studs out. So let's get this done. So what I was trying to find was a nut that would fit the thread pitch of this, but also be in a size I have a deep socket. Now I've got a 19. I do not have a 21. I do have wheel nuts that are 21s that are, you know, all the way through. They don't have a shank or anything on them. So I found this castle nut. It does wind through all the way. None of the threads are messed up or anything like that. I wanted the flat part there as I'm pulling in. So I'll CRC the washers that I've chucked on there, CRC the back of this as well, and then we are going to have, hopefully, the first stud pulled through. So here we go. So we are all done. That's 4 out of there. That goes real fast. You do not need to take the caliper off, especially on these fronts. I can actually still use these because I've got, was it 15 plus a 5 space on the back. I can actually still get away with that. If I have to drop that down to back just to the 15, then I'm probably just going to have to lop the ends off of these so the studs can poke through. But that went super fast considering all the back and forth and everything. So to be honest, to knock this out, we might almost put a timer on it. I reckon we could probably knock this out in about 5 minutes. Let's see. Well, 7 minutes 13, so less than 10 minutes to do all 5 studs, and that was with running around and realising that I actually had 17mm nuts on there, so not bad, woohoo! Alright, rain has come, but extended studs are on. May have an iffy stud on there, but we'll just keep an eye on that one. But hey, job is jobbed. I'm stoked. Those are actually sitting 5mm further in now, but with the works on, they should sit absolutely perfect. Yeah, we are cracking off the jobs right now, which is great. It's taking a bit of effort, but today was great as far as getting progress done. A-frame wiring, tied it off and done, especially even tidying off a few bits and pieces on the front of the car there. Replacing the thermo switch, swapping those over. As you can see, I'm wearing the car at the moment. Extended studs done, stoked on that. Man, we are cracking. So I am now at the point where I think next time around we've got to take off those side skirts and trim the tops, and that's where this little package is going to come in handy. So this coming Friday, I don't know when this is going to come out, but this week I should be picking up some more gunmetal for the rear bar. So the front bar's done, you've seen those photos. Rear bar can get finished. Mac has also, and thankfully for me, has agreed to paint the centres as well. So paint for that too. So we are, as long as they get powder coated this week as well, I can pick them up on Friday. I'm going to go out to his place on Friday night, drop them out there, and then it's over to him really. Last bits and pieces, we've got to finish off tidying up the driver's side bride, fit those two, a couple of little small tidy up things in there. Yeah, it's coming together. I guess I should sort my entry. Yeah, I was holding off on doing that until I could actually get the wheels done, because it was like, if the wheels can't get done, there's no really point in going. I could have used the advance on the front, but yeah, I wanted this one. I didn't want to go if I couldn't get this thing absolutely dialed. So I am going to ask the question and just see whether I can run the old bolt in, just for old time's sake, because it is powder coated gold. It would look pretty freaking mean in the car with the wheel centers, and yeah, and running some of the gold tries as well. I think that would actually look really hot, but I'll make some inquiries and see whether they're okay with me doing that. If I have to run like a Hans and date harness and everything, I just won't bother. I'm getting in under the street car rigs with the donut and helmet, and because technically it is a street car. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Rain's coming in now. I am absolutely slammed. I need food. I'm fading fast. Yeah, have a great time. Hope you guys are getting as much progress done as I am on your projects, if you've got them. let me know if I can sort of do something a bit different. Like, this is a bit of a talking head kind of thing. I tend to use the time lapses a bit. Whether you would prefer me to sort of narrate over the top of the time lapses, a bit of music, maybe switch it up a bit. Just give me some ideas. I'm an avid watcher of a bunch of channels as well, and I sort of see some people who will do the narrating, some people will do the music. But yeah, I'm open. Throw some ideas at me. But yeah, this is great. This is, like I sort of said in the last one, it was like that was the bottom. This is the climb up to the top. So, and the climb up is really rewarding. So, anyway, see ya.